Your top story, the judgment in the Gauteng Department of Education versus Hoerskool will be delivered today. The school wants the court to stop the department from forcing it to admit 55 additional learners. Accusing the school of using language as a tool for segregation, the state says any student who fulfills the admission criteria has to be admitted, irrespective of the language policy of a school. Meanwhile, the school says an Afrikaans-only school cannot be expected to admit English-speaking learners. The school wants the court to stop the department from forcing it to admit 55 additional learners. Here are the arguments put forward by both sides. Hoerskool says only 17 classrooms are available and as such it cannot accommodate extra learners. The Gauteng Education Department says there's proof that even after accommodating 55 learners, the school will not be filled to capacity. The school governing body says it is not geared to be a dual medium school. Education officials say they've put necessary resources, English educators and learning material in place so that extra pupils are not a burden. Hoerskool argues that the state cannot expect an Afrikaans-only school to admit pupils against its language policy. But the Gauteng Education Department insists language cannot be used as a tool to segregate learners. Hoerskool says its language policy was rejected by the department on the basis of informal discussions. The Gauteng Education Department claims they have constantly engaged with the school governing body on the issue of taking English learners since 2016.
The important point is, my lord, failure to certify a language policy doesn't make that language policy of no force and effect. Because if you want to nullify it, you must act in accordance with 18A3 of the Education Act. And it doesn't actually use nullify. It actually respects the governing body